The City of Peterborough is gearing up for the next municipal election on October 22nd, 2018. And to properly do that, we're conducting a ward boundary review. As part of our presentation, we're looking at our current ward structure and seeking feedback from electors. Currently, the city is broken up into 5 wards. Each of the wards is represented by 2 councillors. Unfortunately, right now, Ward 2, Monaghan Ward, is the largest ward in the city with 21,316 people, where Ward 3, Town Ward, is the smallest with 12,617 people. That's a difference of 8,699 people. With expansion and growth, that difference is expected to be 12,841 people in the next 10 years. We believe that fair and equal representation is the cornerstone of good local governance. As a result, city staff have developed several options to equalize how you're represented on council. Provincial legislation has informed the options we have developed. It says that we must ensure that effective representation be the overriding principle, that any new ward boundaries be designed to accommodate growth and population shifts for at least 10 years, that any new ward boundaries should achieve a general balancing of populations between wards, with a maximum variance between any 2 wards not to exceed a 25% threshold, that ward boundaries should attempt to provide effective representation of electors, protecting communities of interest and traditional neighborhoods, that physical features such as natural boundaries and major transportation corridors be used to determine ward boundaries. Option A incorporates the Old West End from Monaghan to Wallace Drive, north of Sherbrooke and south of Park Hill Road into Town Ward. This section of the city will add approximately 4,300 people to Town Ward, making the difference between the most populated ward and the least populated ward 2,014 people. In this option, Otonabee, Ashburnham, and Northcrest wards remain unchanged. This option addresses the problem most immediately by taking people from the biggest ward and giving it to the smallest. There is a natural and clear connection between the neighborhood history. It is also the least disruptive option, representing the smallest geographic change. While it does fall within the 25% of what we're looking for, the difference between the most populated ward and the least populated ward is high with this option in 10 years. Physical features are not as clear or easy to understand as with other options. Option B extends Town Ward down to the Otonabee River, making the river its eastern and southern border, and Monaghan Road its western border. Park Hill Road would remain the border on the north. Otonabee Ward would keep its borders on the south and east, being the city limits, shifting the northern border to Sherbrooke, including Kawartha Heights, or part of what is now Monaghan Ward. Northcrest and Ashburnham remain unchanged. This option accounts for future growth in the city from expansion. The physical features, such as main roadways and the river, are very clear and easy to understand and relate to with this option. This makes Monaghan Ward the smallest ward and Town Ward the largest, with a difference of 5,184 electors. Advantages of this option are realized in 10 years when the population difference between the highest and lowest wards is expected to be 2,638 electors. Option C. In this option, Otonabee, Town, and Ashburnham remain the same as Option B. Option C extends Monaghan Ward into Northcrest to Shamong Road. The reason for this is to balance population numbers to be more equal than Option B for now, as a middle option. This option balances population in the short term more than Option B, but not as well as Option A. balances the population in the long term, but not as well as option B. This option maintains clear physical and natural barriers and still accounts for expected future growth in the city. This option does change the borders of every ward in the city except Ashburnham, and it's not as effective as other options to even representation now as option A did, or in the future as option B did. While this is not an extensive list, these options represent the best of a number of possibilities we looked at during the course of our review. We encourage any and all feedback related to the options that we're presenting, and even welcome comments or suggestions that you might have to make what we're presenting better. Thank you for watching. You can find out more information or to vote on your preferred option, please go to www.peterborough.ca/vote. You can also join us for a more in-depth presentation on Thursday, August the 24th from 2 to 4 p.m. in the City Hall Council chambers, and also on Thursday, September 7th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., also in the City Hall Council chambers. We're also offering Ward Wednesdays right here at City Hall in the lobby from 1 to 4 p.m. every Wednesday until September 6th. Thank you.